Hey, what's up, everybody, man? So last year, the Detroit Lions ended up drafting DeAndre Swift in, I believe, the second or third round, which was surprising because they already had Kerryon Johnson on the roster, but I guess they didn't care. They brought him in anyway, and it ended up paying off for them because he definitely had a pretty productive rookie season. You know, he played so well towards the end of the season where he was actually starting games to where a lot of Lions fans, football fans in general, and everybody that's into fantasy football is really high on him going into his sophomore season. Now, when you look at his stats, you know, you can judge him how you want to judge him, but the man went out there and ran the ball 114 times for 521 yards, 8 touchdowns, and he averaged a pretty good 4.6 yards per carry. Now, as far as the receiving game, he had 46 catches for 357 yards and 2 touchdowns. When you're looking at these stats, you have to take into consideration that the man was splitting opportunities pretty much halfway throughout the season with Kerryon Johnson and Adrian Peterson. And he also missed out on some opportunities due to injuries where he had to miss some games. So when you take all that into consideration, he really had a pretty productive season. But we all know that the stats do not tell everything. Film is where it's at, and we about to get straight into it. Now, the first thing I want to point out is DeAndre Swift's impact in the passing game. Even though he did drop that wide open touchdown in week 1, he bounced back. Since then, it has been a consistent threat in the passing game. Rather, he's been the starter, or he was coming off the bench, or getting limited reps. He's always found a way to catch the ball out the backfield and make the best of his opportunities, getting yards after the catch, or just getting some yards in general. Right here, they just dumped the ball off to him in the flats, able to make one miss with a juke move and pick up some extra yards. And as you see right here, they're able to motion him outside that receiver, and he can line up at receiver and really make some plays. Ran a little simple zig route, and he caught the ball and picked up some yards. It's not too many receivers in the league that you can line up at the slot, line up at the outside receiver position, and just expect them to be able to blend in and perform like a receiver. Now, next thing I noticed about Swift is that he's a patient running back. And it really gave me some Le'Veon Bell vibes, you feel me? Just being able to go out there and just wait on things to develop and then attack. I'm going to need y'all to pay attention here because I can't put patience in slow-mo. But right here on the outside sweep, just waiting on things to process and then attack when the opening presents himself. And he accelerates into these holes so he doesn't miss out on the opportunity. This is good for a rookie to already understand patience because sometimes things are not going to be open immediately. Sometimes you got to wait a second and then it'll open up. Now, another thing I noticed about Swift is that he can display some power when he got the ball, whether it's off the catch or just a simple run. If he needs to, he's going to lower that shoulder and show you he is not sweet. You feel me? You're going to have to work to get him down. He's not your Marshawn Lynch. He's not your Leonard Fournette. He's not going to be out here just running dudes over and just being brutal with the shoulder, but he'll lower it on you. And if he can't really put the shoulder in you, he can still display power by keeping his legs moving to pick up extra yards. He also displayed multiple times on film that he's able to slip out of tackles and break small ankle tackles and thigh tackles. He's also shown that he can, if needed, make somebody miss with a juke move or two. Not the most shifty at all, but he can do it. And he also showed that if needed, he can hurdle you. He's done it a few times on film, but he can do it. But really, his style is really just, displaying some type of power by lowering the shoulder or just plowing the legs for extra yards and occasionally slipping out of tackles. Now, Swift also showed us that he definitely has good vision. Right here, he knows he's not going to outrun this defender. So what he does is cut in between him, make him miss, and he's able to pick up an easy touchdown. And that also allows him to excel in the zone blocking scheme because you need good vision to be able to pinpoint those holes and cut into them in the zone blocking scheme. Right here, just cuts all the way over to the right side and picks up an easy touchdown. He has good vision, but his vision isn't as good as dudes like the Josh Jacobs, you feel me? But his vision is pretty good for a rookie, don't get me wrong. Now, some of Swift's weaknesses, in my opinion, I feel like his weakness is breakaway speed. Right here, even though it's a 52-yard run, another running back could have tucked that to the house or even got more yards. You know, he just be having opportunities to get more yards, especially going to the outside. It's just he's just not fast enough to really have that breakaway speed. And another thing I want him to really work on is his elusiveness. It's not really a weakness. It's just something he needs to work on, because there's some people that call him an elusive back, even though he's able to have some power and be tough and make some dudes miss here and there. I don't really view him as that much of an elusive back. Elusive backs are running backs that you can't get down. You feel me? If you really want to get DeAndre Swift down, you can get him down. Yes, he may make some people miss from time to time, but he doesn't really have that much sauce with his juke moves, and he's just not shifty like that. Yes, he can lower his shoulder on you and fight for some extra yards, but he's not running through dudes. That's not who he is. You know, and if you really want to get him down, you can get him down. It's not like he's Derrick Henry. You can get him down if you want to get him down. So he needs to find more ways to be more elusive and also get stronger to build on what he already has, which is that power. Now, as far as going to his sophomore season, I feel like fans have a lot to be optimistic about, because they also have a new coach, Anthony Lynn. Anthony Lynn, we've seen his track record. You've seen what he did with Austin Eckler. You've seen how good he had Melvin Gordon looking. He's good with running backs. His running backs are usually multi-purpose backs. He used them in the passing game a lot. Guess what Swift did? He was utilized in the passing game a lot. He was really utilized mostly in the passing game before he started becoming the starter. But yeah, he specializes in both. So he definitely has opportunity to put up big numbers next year. He should hit 1,000 yards, and he definitely should hit at least 400 receiving yards and more touchdowns. I'm not saying he's going to be a superstar. I'm not going to say he's going to be a franchise running back or anything like that. But, you know, he definitely has the opportunities to go out there and ball out and establish himself next year, despite them signing Jamal Williams. You know, Jamal Williams is a good back. Definitely can step in and be productive, but I don't know if he's really going to truly steal opportunities from DeAndre Swift. The only way I think he's really going to steal big opportunities from Swift is if Swift is not living up to the expectations that people are, you know, pretty much setting for him. And, you know, to be honest with y'all, I've seen this happen. Last year, people were hyping the shit out of Devin Singletary. The fantasy world, fans in general, they were hyping up Devin Singletary, and they're doing the same thing right now for DeAndre Swift. Fantasy world, regular football world, they are hyping him up. Devin Singletary, I watched film on him last year. I never dropped the video because this is when I first started doing film analysis, and I just did not feel like taking the slander behind everything I had to say, because I just didn't think Devin Singletary was that good based off what I seen on film. And, you know, turns out when he became the running back one, he pretty much stunk it up, you know. He stunk it up. He was not good at all. He wasn't trash, but he was kind of trash, you feel me? Not saying Swift is going to be that guy, but I'm not going to sit up here and say he's a lock to be a franchise dude, because his film does not say that, you feel me? But, you know, I can see him succeed in the future based off the system that's going to be there next year. So we go take it a step at a time. I like what I saw from DeAndre Swift. He proved that he can be a multi-purpose back in this league, and whether he's a star or not, he's always going to have a job, because every team is looking for a multi-purpose back. And he doesn't really fumble that much. Come on now. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section about everything I said. Let me know what y'all think about them also adding Jamal Williams. How do you like the coaching change? How do you feel about everything? Like, comment, subscribe. I got some more content coming soon.